Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it a lot. And this is going to be kind of our final installment before getting some running going, which might take a little while, and I'll explain that after we get done with doing this. But it's time to put the body on. It still has the protective film on it, so I haven't put any stickers on it yet. So it's just going to be my hideous paint job that I fouled up on. I'm not too happy with it, and I'm kind of angry about it. It didn't exactly come out the way that I wanted, but it's not bad, but it's not good either. But anyways, before you get to see that, a couple of changes did get made to the chassis itself. So once I got my pinion in, which is a 12-tooth pinion on the motor to get it in there and got it adjusted, I was already hitting the drive line. So I had to kind of squeeze the transmission just a little bit. It wasn't too bad. It's okay now. Full compression. It's at full compression. It's not getting bound up on a link. It's not touching the drive line. So we're good there. And when I was pre-mounting the body to the chassis before I started painting and all that, the body pin was way too far back on the body. It was actually up in the cowls right in front of the windshield. I mean, this is like that far away from the windshield. It was like, not going to cut it. Not going to cut it one bit. So what I have done is I dug out a few other little Rock Pirates pieces, and I shaved the pin off of this Delrin body mount brace, so it's all nice and flat. And I added in one of Rock Pirates, move that out of the way there so that you can see it, the Rock Pirates body mount, and then used an axial offset body mount to put that out more into the middle of the hood. And that kind of dictated on how my paint scheme was going to go. Yeah, by that hole. So that's all set in there, and I don't know if you can see. You can probably see it a little bit better here. You can see, yeah, see the transmission is kicked over sideways just a little bit. The mounts are, I still have 3 bolts mounting it, but you can see they're kind of like a little bit of an angle. And I went from over here, squared it up, and moved it over here. So the motor's sitting just a little bit sideways, but everything clears. So let me show you what I did. So I did body pin on the front. I didn't really want to put anything through the body this time. I wanted to keep it clean, but it just wasn't going to happen. Couldn't figure out anything for the front. I guess I could have probably done it there also, but it was still on compression. Everybody that's up here on the axle was coming up and mashing in underneath the hood. So this way actually worked out. So all my wires don't go underneath the brace anymore, which would have been touching the motor anyways. And that would have cut my servo wire. Why are you moving? That was weird. I didn't even touch the remote. Come back down here. Come back down here. It's being weird. It's trying to track things. Nope. I didn't do that. Ah, there we go. It decided it was going to start tracking something. I don't know what. I don't know. But the wires are going to be going up and over the brace. But bringing this up high enough makes it to where it actually is clearing underneath the hood. So that makes it nice. So, anywho, let's bring out the forge body and show you what I did. front didn't come out too bad, and it's probably not going to be too bad on camera. But what I did was I did lay down my mask, all that stuff, and shot the body black. Then pulled the mask off the hood, did a transparent silver, and then used the gold, like on Fool's Gold, to kind of accent the ends of the flames and the ends of the scallops. I did the same thing on the side. This is just overspray right here on the outside because it still has the protective plastic on it. So, but that one seemed like it didn't. As I was trimming the body after all of this, you see the bottom scallop got cut off, and this side didn't. Then I tried the same thing in the bed with the transparent silver and then a gold hue from the back of the body forward a little bit, just to kind of give it that haze that it had here. Got a little happy with the transparent silver, so it didn't work out too well. And then I had another stencil that I decided to put in there. So once the FYRs from J Concepts come into stock, it will be a little bit more appropriate. But for right now, I like the part number. So like the part number. So it was kind of appropriate that I put that in the bed at the same time. So yeah, my bed got a little screwed with the transparent silver. Then I backed it, tried to do a gold haze, and then backed it with the black. So the whole inside is completely solid black. But the way everything came out with the stencils and everything, I've already named it off center, which everything has just been just a little bit screwed. The body hole itself is actually off center of the rib. This came out pretty good here, but the hole ended up being just slightly off center. That bottom scallop got cut off, so it wasn't actually set in the right spot underneath the window like that side was. And then I had to, skew the transmission a little bit so that everything would clear. So it's now off center. And I've noticed these axle housings, these fake Capra axle housings, your wheels don't sit straight up and down. Every single one of them, the front and the rear axle, both, all your wheels are doing this. And it's not from the caster and the knuckle, because the rear ones do it too, and that is a fixed portal on there in the plastic. It was made that way in the plastic molding. All your wheels are not sitting straight up and down like they should be. They're all kicked out to the side, so you're running on the outside edge of your tires slightly. So let's I like the satin of it, but that's the plastic, so let's make it shiny. Let's scoot down here to where the top of my head gets cut off, and let's now let's see, we'll go right there. Is it right there? You know what, let's just put it on here. Let's put it on the car, and I'll peel it off so that I can set that down on the pin. And then, oh yeah, I forgot, Velcro on the back. That way, just the one pin. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to do anything coming through the body, but it wasn't going to work that way because everything was going to be setting too low. And I didn't have anything to make a platform up high enough to put Velcro on up high. So with this, it still kind of mashes down and touches the battery, but that's not going to be a major issue. So I just put Velcro on the rear, right across that little brace that comes in the kit. Worked perfectly. Set her down, stick it down. It's all good. So let's make it shiny. Get this mask off of here. Oh, come on. Of course you're going to do this because we're on camera. There we go. Get that side going. Oh, that looks much better. That makes it look a lot better. Oh, you little bugger. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's move you out of the way. Now you can really see what I was going for here, because that was all painted black. Ah! You got black paint flaking off everywhere. It's on the off the paint, the protective coating. Oh, you suck. You're making this more difficult than it really is. I'm going to make the first scratches in the body just by trying to get the paint mask off. There we go. Ooh. Ning. That's almost a mirror of the gimbal in there. Look at that. That makes it look a little bit better. But now you can see the silver going to the gold. That one got a little trimmed on the edge. That's all right. We got it all nice and shiny, and like I said, with the when the FYRs come into stock, that'll be a little bit more appropriate. But until then, yes, it looks a lot better now that I took the protective shield off, but it's all nice and shiny, and it won't be shiny for long, so that'll be awesome. It'll be fun to do. So let's get a first look at with it on. Come here. There you are. Let's do this. Can I do that? Let me do. Ooh. 2, 3, 4. Now, how far down can you look without flipping upside down? That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll turn that back around. That's just going to be in the way. So, let's see. Let me get my toolbox out of the way here. We can set this back a little bit. I'm taking too much time. Set this back over here. Oh, you see that? Look at that. How slow. Oh, you probably didn't see that either. I raised it up. See how slow she settles down? That's pretty much settled right there. Looks pretty good with those big old ugly tires on there, doesn't it? That's not too bad. So, anyways, there she is with its fixes for the body. Got the alignment issues with the hey, it's following me again. How did I do that? So with the drive line to the motor, that's all cleared and it's doing fine. Got my pinion in there and with no problem. It'll that's what constituted the shifting of the transmission anyways, because it pushed it over far enough that it was actually touching the drive line. So that is that's all fixed, and this is annoying me because it keeps flicking around. Turning that off so that it's not tracking me anymore. I don't know why it wants to track me all of a sudden by itself. But anyways, so with all of that being done, there's probably going to be a while before I'm able to get out and do some test driving with it, because like I said, I want to use these big old monstrosities on here first before I put the ruptures on, and because I already know how the ruptures work. They were fantastically beautiful. They worked really good on Fool's Gold and Grinch Snot. So seeing what they'll do, because these are the new 1.5s, nice little skinnies, because these things ain't skinny at all. And they're angry and aggressive. So we'll see how they work. They don't seem to do too bad. I was fiddling with them a little bit, and they seem to have a pretty good side bite to them. It's just a matter of manipulating yourself enough to get them to bite, to pull, and all that stuff. But that's just on like trying to crawl over my toolbox and stuff like that. I was just checking articulation, which is pretty crazy on this thing too. But anyways, like I said, it's probably going to be a little while before I can actually get this thing out and test it, because I'm kind of dealing with some physical problems. So I'm probably going to be slowing down on doing videos too. I don't really want to. I might try and fiddle with some shorts here and there if I'm feeling good enough to do anything, because you probably have noticed that this whole series has been sitting right here. And I did on purpose wear the same shirt every single time, just to kind of mess with you a little bit. Because the first 3 or 4, after the unboxing, the first 3 or 4 videos I did were literally the same day, back to back. Just you could probably, if you looked at the shadow behind me on the ground from the shadow of the easy up to the truck, you could see that it was actually moving away just a little bit every time. But yeah, I've been in a lot of pain, a lot of joint and muscular pain here lately. And by the time you see this, it'll probably be 2 months since I did my last crawl, and that was out there at Whalers Island when we did that little play out there. And then I started onto this build here, and just going through and dealing and trying to figure out what the hell is going on with my old ass, so that I can actually get back out there and start playing again. Because like right now, sitting here, my left arm is tingling. And no, it's not a stroke or a heart attack or anything. It's big diagnosed as chronic pain. And there is a nerve pinched up in here right now too. So just dealing with it and just plugging along, going to work and playing with my toys as much as I possibly can. So so yeah, I'm going to be slowing down a little bit on making videos after this one, and maybe kick out a few shorts. And now that I got this put together, I'm going to try and, I have an idea for a short in my head, but I need to set it up properly so that I can actually make it look good, because it is a pretty ugly truck, but that was the idea in the first place. So anyways, everybody, thank you so very much for being here. I absolutely appreciate all of you that watch. Thank all of you guys that have subscribed. That is it's awesome. I'm almost 2 years into this, and I didn't think it was going to actually get this many subscribers. And as much as people do watch, I'm pretty amazed that you're actually watching my junk. So, not in that way. No, this junk, not this junk. So, anyways, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so very much. Speaking of junk, I'll put that little saying out there that old Freiberger says all the time. Go drive your garbage. Just get out there and play with your little trucks, cars, boats, planes, drones. It's all RC, man. Get out there and do the RC. I'm trying to get back to where I can. So, yeah. Thank you, guys, so very much. This is a lot of fun for me. It's a very good therapy for me to do just doing this. So thanks a lot for being here, everybody. I certainly do appreciate it. And I am planning on doing a lot more, but we'll see how that goes. For right now, thank you so very much, and I will see you guys the next time around. Thank you very, very much. See you later.